We move to Gombe State now, where the Council of Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria is holding a 3-day regional summit in Gombe State. The forum brings together engineers, academics and policymakers to strengthen regulation, knowledge sharing and stimulate innovation in the engineering sector. Larry Adeyemi has details.
The summit in Gombe focused on how engineering can drive development and rebuild infrastructure across the Northeast region without compromising on standards. Concerns over Nigeria's low number of engineers, just one in about 2,700 people, made worse by gaps in training and regulation. These issues are what Koren is addressing. Decentralizing operations and inaugurating a steering team in each region is the first step in achieving this.
All engineers now, all technologies, all craftsmen and all artisans are supposed to undergo specialized training in their area of competencies. And they are supposed to earn CPDU. That will allow them to renew their practicing license.
Students right from primary and secondary school develop interest in you engineers and engineering. Layers and partners with universities to introduce engineering courses. That some universities do not offer engineering courses to be is a disservice to the society.
The regulatory and oversight body is working to reform engineering practice, but it is aware that the transformation must first be internal. Leaders in the engineering profession reference the quality of public infrastructure and projects in Gombe State as benchmark of excellence.
The Regional Steering Committee's primary job is to facilitate the activities of the STC and the ERME inspectors. Therefore, you will now see a much further impact on the grassroots of engineering practices and regulations.
With the inauguration of the steering committee responsible for engineering practice in the Northeast region, the hope is that professionalism, excellence and quality would be restored and maintained within this noble profession. Larry Adeyemi, TVC News, Gombe.
All right, for more on this development, TVC News senior reporter Larry Adeyemi joins me now. Larry, what are the key outcomes or resolutions expected from this 3-day regional summit in Gombe State?
It's all about improving the quality of engineering services across the country. People tend to think that engineering is just about building collapse or maybe construction of roads, but it goes into almost every sector, from maritime to transportation to infrastructure, even to aviation. So Koren, which is a regulatory body which was established in 1970, is trying to reinvent itself, strengthen its processes, and improve engineering practice across Nigeria, because we know that this is critical to national development and the dream and the ambition of the president to have a $1 trillion economy by 2030. So the Koren, which is the regulatory and oversight government agency, is strengthening its system, making sure that all engineers, every engineer that will practice in Nigeria is registered, and also a kind of training process where engineers that are trained through the academic institutions and also the artisans are also updated regularly. They go through refresher courses, which is, they say, it's going to be every 2 years, to make sure that every engineer that practices in Nigeria is up to date and up to the standard which is expected of them.
All right, Larry Adeyemi, thank you so much for doing this with us. Okay, lots of things to talk about in Nasarawa State, the digital for social welfare, yes, where they will get to get all the names of people, and it will be different from politics. Politics will not be used to get your names in there. And also the thing going on in Abia State, Keep Abia State Clean, where the citizens are actually involved and there are regulations that if you flout the law, throw dirt on the road, there are consequences for bad behavior there.
I mean, ensuring digitalization, I mean, that was another concern in terms of welfare. We hear a lot of people when the government comes out to say they give this particular, amount of, items and all of that, and they will say they did not receive it. So now that we've introduced, the digital method into this, we can account for everything that is handed down from the government to the people. And then it's a great thing that Abia too is on their toes to ensure that, the state is clean. Let's not forget that December is coming. A lot of people will be coming into the state. Cleanliness like this is
next to godliness.
That's a fine place to leave it for now. Thank you for joining us at this time. Well, that's it on TVC News at 1. For more updates on the stories we're monitoring, you can visit our website on www.tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and on X at TVC News.